Oasis network, ticker code ROSE, aims to solve one of the biggest problems we currently have in the 21st century, which is your data being leaked everywhere. Your data is continuously being leaked in every website you use, every phone call you take. There's just a lot of mistrust with a lot of major companies and government officials as well, with just how your data is being treated without your consent. We all know that this is a big topic lately. A lot of people have mistrust for companies like Facebook, Twitter, government regulations, and Oasis Network is trying to solve that by securely having your data with your consent, giving it to those who really need it, like medical research or something like that, and advising you about your data and potentially even compensating you based on your data being handed to other companies with your consent, privately and securely in a decentralized way. This is going to be huge because a lot of companies really want to do the right thing now and are starting to understand how much of mistrust can affect their share price and their bottom line. Facebook is a prime example when they tried to launch their own coin, Libra, but people mistrusted Facebook so much and they ended up dropping the whole coin altogether because they knew people hated Facebook because of their data problems and the way they were personally advertising with your data and sharing your data with everyone else. How many random phone calls do you get a day? How many random text messages and emails do you get a day? This is your data being leaked and people taking advantage and trying to scam other people, sometimes yourself and loved ones, based on your data, and it's quite frustrating to see. Now, Masari has a fantastic article here showing how Oasis uses technology in order to achieve this. That's out of the scope of this video. I generally cover the basic fundamentals of it just to wrap your head around the idea of it and the concept. But if you want to delve deeper, Masari has a fantastic page on the roadmap, the history, the investors, the economics of the token, the supply, things like that that you can continuously use. And if you look at the most commonly held liquid assets across crypto, venture, and hedge fund portfolios, you'll see that Oasis Network is actually ranked number 4, the smart money. And I found this great article on techmonitor.ai, and it just basically summarizes it very well, where Web 3.0 is all about giving power to the users again. Web 2.0 was fantastic because we were able to do some fantastic things with it, Amazon deliveries, all this kind of cool stuff. But as a consequence for it, we basically gave up all of our data. We gave up all of our contact numbers. We've basically given all our email address, birthdays, credit card, all this sorts of information. And you normally hear how big companies had been breached by a security attack and collected people's privacy data that they did not get legally. And Web 3.0 is all about decentralized finance, and those decentralized financed applications and networks are going to want to use something like the Oasis in order to be able to securely funnel our data through place to place with our permission. And it's going to be a badge of honor when decentralized applications are using something like the Oasis network. And if it catches on fire, major websites like Twitter, Facebook, as I mentioned, government websites, they would actually start looking at the Oasis and start saying, how can we partner with this in order to build that trust with the customers. Now, Oasis Network is ranked number 90 according to CoinMarketCap. We've actually had a pretty good growth here on a very simple chart. Have a look at the numbers to see how it's performing against its Ethereum value, something that I like to do. Now, if we have a look here, you can see that this is my charts where I compare it to Ethereum. Rose is, compared to its Ethereum value, down 1 year, 13.2%, up 22% year to date, up 164% against Ethereum value, and up 20% in the 3-month change, down only 10% in the 1 month, and up 4.39% in the last 7 days. So it's keeping on pace with Ethereum, something that is good to see. Not the most impressive numbers I've covered on my channel, where I've seen some other coins just completely blow away Ethereum, but definitely holding its own, and it's not bleeding out to Ethereum, let's just say that much. So you can see here that this is my Pizzino Fib Gann tool going from the high to the major low, and our magic 50% number here, and you can see Oasis has already been tracking above it. A lot of altcoins are doing pretty well at the moment, hovering around their 50%. Some of them have already ran away, like Avalanche, for instance. They've already blown past. Some of them are still struggling, but Oasis Network is still getting in relatively early. It's moved past its major 50% a little bit, going at about 10.45% from its major 50%. So it's currently trading at 28 cents. As we are testing this trend line that I've drawn, so it'll be interesting to see what happens the next coming days about how we're going to react to that trend line. We're going up on our RSI tool here, so we bounced off 45 in the RSI. And what I love about the Oasis is we did not get crushed in our 50% tools. So let's have a look at ADA and see what it looks like. Right, so this is the chart for Cardano or ADA, and this is what a bad chart looks like. Again, same 50% tool, you can see it just broke down and it's got a long way to go. But this is why I say this 50% tool is good, because those cryptocurrencies that tested and fell below, like Cardano, that's not something you really want to be looking at if you're a technical analysis person like I am. Going back to Rose, again, that just looks much more clean on a chart. You can clearly see hovering above in the white area, strong zone, testing our trend line here, bounced off the RSI beautifully, looking like one of the strong coins. Again, not the strongest coin, but a strong coin nonetheless. Let's have a look at our price predictions and where Rose could go. So I've got my pricing on my RSI tool here, and we know that Rose does like to hit 70 on the RSI. I've already drawn the circles for you. So we bounced off it a few times. Definitely likely we'll probably hit 70 on the RSI again with Rose, and that would take it to 40 cents or 0.4 cents, which would take Rose to about a 40.87% increase from where it currently is. So that could be a price target for you just to take a little bit of profits once we start hitting these very nice sustainable numbers that we like to see. But we can see Rose has actually blown past 70 on the RSI a few times. So let's have a look at what price prediction an RSI of 80 would give us. 80 on the RSI would give us about 55 cents, which would take us to about a 94% increase from where it currently is. So you've almost doubled your money with a pretty conservative number as 80 on the RSI. It is conservative relative to cryptocurrencies because cryptocurrencies can indeed hit 80 on the RSI. So these are some good profit targets for you to keep in mind and some price targets because the charts all line up and we have some history to back it up on. Now, if things go really crazy and we hit 90 on the RSI, and we did hit 90 on the RSI on the 7th of September, let's have a look what that would look like on the price. And that would take Rose or Oasis to 255% increase from where it currently is, which is really good gains for everyone out there. So it's just some profit targets to go. Obviously, we can keep going, but these are just some price targets for the next coming months to see how the market reacts. A lot of cryptos are moving along now. They're starting to go up a little bit, which is fantastic to see. Oasis Network looks great on a chart. It has great fundamentals. I've given you some price predictions here for you, and we'll see how this coin plays out, but definitely a thumbs up from me. But until then, I will see you on the next video.